What's this podcast called?
Sepsis from Planet Weird.
Podcast from Planet Weird.
Oh, Luck of the Irish. More like freak me in the eyeballs.
I love this movie.
No!
I told you not to bring up prom in this episode.
Oh, you want to talk about prom, mama? Drama-ka-flama, baby. I was nominated for winner for
God damn it! Hello, everybody.
No, you're so...
go ahead.
Hello. No. What's a spooky voice? Hello, Kurt.
Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the spooky times at Planet Weird Pod.
The spooky times in Planet Weird Pod.
You sound like Gort from Halloween Town 2.
And what if I... Oh, no. These two match.
Yeah, not the one that's all boring.
Socks. What is it?
The one was a pet cockroach. Welcome to episode 285 of Podcast from Planet Weird. It is the most wonderful time of the year.
It's so hot.
Everybody.
It's the most spookalicious time of the year.
Yeah, so we're recording this September 18th.
It's the most spookiest time.
And then the episode will come out, like the 30th. So right before October. But let's just pretend it's already October and it's already spooky. Juan put up some cobwebs back here to give you that
spooky look. Can you see them?
Look. I don't know if you can really tell, but we have some orange lights over here. I don't know if you can tell.
You can't. The thing that sucks is that painting has so much orange in it.
Yeah, that you can't.
That you can't tell.
Yeah. Go take that down.
No.
Go throw that away. I've been meaning to tell you, get rid of that.
No!
If you don't know, we're Juan and Sarah, and, we talk about a bunch of movies from the 90s and the 2000s, and maybe even the 10s.
And maybe even yesterday. Maybe it aired 3 weeks ago. Maybe we're going to talk about X.
No, but not this one, because we are talking about Paranorman today.
Kind of like X.
But if you know us, you know that we love Halloween.
We know
the best time of the year, best holiday ever.
You know that I'm a little Leica freak.
Yes, you know Juan loves Leica. He
can't pronounce the name sometimes.
You always say Lenka, which is the singer.
There is no N.
The singer who sang that one song. Well, I'm just a little bit caught in the middle line. Yes, good song, but not
that song.
Not who made this.
Early 2000s. That bitch owned everything.
Yeah.
It was that. What's the other one? Everything.
I only know that one song.
Be okay.
Oh, that's Ingrid Michaelson.
I know, but those two songs owned my life.
I still on my playlist. I have well, first of all, if you are chilly, come take my sweater. Good song.
I didn't know the lyric.
But her song. Girls chase boys, chase girls. That song.
Mm-hmm. The bisexual anthem.
Yeah, Queen. Isn't she queer? Let's fact check that. Go to the personal life section of Wikipedia, aka the gay section.
When
of
I
Wikipedia.
tell you, I tell this on. Does my hair look fucked up?
No, go ahead.
Stop the podcast. Okay. I saw Bros. This is the catch up part of the podcast. We're catching up.
That's already out.
No, I saw an early screening of it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm special.
Don't tell me anything about it.
I won't.
Okay, good.
But when I tell you I went immediately and looked up every actor.
Oh, yeah. I do that too, just to be
to make sure that there were no hets in there. Not even the children. I don't know about the kids.
I do that too, just to see
if they lied.
Who's really... Well, it's I watched the Selena movie last night, and I was Googling all the actors to be are they Mexican or are they
painted brown?
No, or are they a different J-Lo is Puerto Rican.
A Puerto Rican?
But she played a Mexican.
That's a T.S. Madison deep cut if anyone knows where it's from. A Puerto Rican?
But so yeah, I'll do that sometimes too and be we were just saying was this Waverly Place those. They weren't all Hispanic.
They were barely even European.
David Henry.
He said, I'm Italian. I'm basically Mexican,
They really had David Henry in that show to be yeah, I'm half white and half Hispanic. No, you're not.
Girl,
bitch.
Lie.
No, you're not.
We also have different colors.
Ooh, that's fun. The purple, let's leave it on purple because I think it shows more.
This purple or this purple?
That one. This is
one?
more Halloween-y.
Okay, we also have this one.
It's still, like, not super purple. Like, you can't really tell, but...
What about this?
Oh, green!
Paranorman, zombies.
Okay, leave it on green, leave it on green.
Leave it on green? Okay, green!
Yes. And if you want to see it, you gotta go watch it on YouTube via Patreon. If $5 a month or more, you can come watch the full video versions.
How about that? Or wait until literally the end of the year, pay once, watch them all. That's how you scam.
Also do that, but you're gonna have to really...
You're gonna binge.
Fit it all into a month because we got several episodes.
Oh, I literally am going 17 different train tracks. I'm not looking up at anything.
Look up Ingrid Michaelson. Jesus.
Anyways.
Just go to her Wikipedia. What did I do this weekend? Thanks for asking. I got my COVID booster shot yesterday.
The Benahime... What is it?
BA something.
I
don't know, because I've had 4...
Sarah has had 23 booster shots.
My card was full.
They had to give you another one.
They had to give me a new card. My card was full. It's because I went to the doctor the other day to renew my meds, and then he was like, oh, did you get the booster? I'm like, yeah, I think I got that. And he's like, well, it just came out 2 weeks ago. As if trying to catch me in a fucking lie. I was like, okay, bitch, I guess not. Like, how would I know that? I'm not a doctor. Jesus. So then I went and scheduled, got the new one, because apparently they like put some new little...
They put some magic in there.
Some spice in there to make it better to fight against the Omicron variant. I guess before it was just like the same over and over.
Bus, club, another club, no sleep.
Yeah, so I got that, so my arm hurts.
Your whole fucking body hurts. Tell the truth.
My side effect is always the day after I get really bad body aches. So.
I told Sarah that my side effect is that I get hot.
And I said, honey, where? Because I don't see it.
I'm sweating.
But, yeah. But, you know, better than getting COVID and having to be out for weeks and shit.
Or getting COVID and not dying.
Yeah, and I'd rather take the one day of this than, you know.
One day! Yeah.
Getting COVID. Anyways.
Back to Ingrid Michaelson,
yeah,
the Ingrid Michaelson news. Ingrid Michaelson, this is in her personal life in Wikipedia.
Yes, of course.
Married fellow musician Greg don't peek. Laswell in 2011.
Camp Laszlo.
Divorced in 2015. Here's the twist. In late 2015, Michaelson announced her relationship with the film and stage actor Will Chase.
I swear.
Ingrid Michaelson identifies as a feminist.
A straight woman. I swear I thought she was like bi. Maybe I just...
She had the one song.
She just has queer energy, so I was just like, yeah, sure.
True.
Whatever. But you know who is bi is Vanessa Carlton. Yeah, she's bi.
Walking away downtown.
Anyways... Yeah, I guess time to get spooky, you know? Let's talk about Paranorman.
Let's get fucking... You know what? Green. Because the witch is... The eyes... Her eyes. The way her eyes...
Paranorman is a 2012 American stop-motion animated comedy horror film directed by Sam Fell and Chris Butler, written by Chris Butler.
Why haven't we covered Bob the fucking Butler?
Because it's like rarely ever streaming because it's such a weird movie.
I loved it.
So Sam Fell worked on everyone's favorite movie, Flushed Away.
In the Wallace and Gromit universe, Flushed Away?
Yeah, he was the director of Flushed Away.
Love.
He also directed The Tales of Despero.
I was gonna say Despero?
Remember?
Despero?
Who voiced him? Oh, Matthew Broderick. I just remember that Emma Watson was in it.
I just remember seeing the book when I was in elementary school, like, everywhere. That little mice was everywhere. An infestation.
And is also directing the new Chicken Run film, Dawn of the Nugget, which comes out in 2023. So.
Dawn of the Nugget? That's the subtitle?
I guess. And Chris Butler, who co-directed it and wrote the film, also worked on films such as the Tigger movie, your fave.
That shit made me cry.
Yeah, he was a sequence co-director and character designer.
Wow.
Worked as a storyboard artist on Corpse Bride, Tale of Despereaux, Coraline, Tarzan 2. I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, it's the one where he's a baby.
Sure.
It's the weird prequel one with the shitty animation. Was
a writer on Kubo and the Two Strings, and wrote and directed Missing Link, which is another Laika film.
He basically has worked on every Laika film, if you read that correctly.
Yes, little Laika bitch.
What a little... I mean, honestly, I'll talk about it more, but keep going.
Produced by Laika, the film stars the voices of Cody Smith McPhee, Jodelle Ferlin, Bernard Hill, Tucker Albreze, Anna Kendrick, Casey Affleck, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Leslie Mann, Jeff Garlin, Elaine Stritch, Tempest Bledsoe, Alex Borstein, and John Goodman. The first stop-motion film to use a 3D color printer to create character faces, and only the second to be shot in 3D.
This wasn't 3D, huh?
Apparently. In the film, Norman, a young boy who can communicate with ghosts, is given the task of ending a 300-year-old witch's curse on his Massachusetts town.
I mean, who hasn't? What 13-year-old boy hasn't?
Relatable.
Gone out into their Massachusetts-esque town, some little humdunk, rinky-dink bullshit town, and had to save them from the mistakes of white people.
It was released on August 17th, 2012. The box office was the budget was $60 million. What do you think the box office was?
This movie fucking grand slammed it at the theaters. It made triple its money for a grand total of $26 million. What was the original
I said
number?
The budget was 60.
60 million?
Yeah.
2,400 million. 240
million?
Yes.
Okay. No, it was 107.1. 107.1 million. Received generally positive reviews from critics who praised its animation and humor. Was a modest box office success. Film was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature and a BAFTA for Best Animated Film, but lost both of those awards. So which film? I'll be shooting for me own hand.
It did not lose to Brave.
Yes,
I am sick. I am exhausted. Sick and tired.
Of Irish people.
I hate Irish people.
I never saw Brave.
No one did.
I wanna see you be brave. She's another one that's in that zone of like
iconic early 2000s queens.
2000s piano queens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love her.
Sarah, who is it? Ingrid Michelle.
It's
Sarah Bareilles.
Michelson.
I always say Ingrid Michelle. Ingrid Michelson, Sarah Bareilles.
You might be thinking of Michelle Branch, who plays the guitar.
The Guitar.
And slapped her husband for cheating. And I say slap him again.
I say hit him. I say punch him. Close the fist. Who else?
But Sarah Bareilles is on Girls 5 Eva, which is a great show on Peacock.
Okay. Will it get canceled soon? Probably.
Because everything does.
You know what hasn't been canceled, surprisingly? Fate. A Winx saga. It has a season 2. Did I start watching season 1 last night? Yes.
Is that why I saw tweets about Winx 2?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it live action? Where is that?
Netflix.
Oh. I didn't even know it came out. Because they don't promote anything.
It's about women.
Okay.
I mean, it's the Winx Club.
Cody Smith McPhee plays Norman Babcock. The titular role. He is the Norman of Paranorman. So he's a kid who can speak to the dead. He's 11 years old, not 13. Cody Smith McPhee, people might know from looking like a little weirdo. He was in the Power of the Dog, which was a big awards movie last year.
No.
I didn't see that movie, even though I probably will because Kirsten Dunst is in it, and I love her. But he's in other things. But I know him because he's the brother of the girl in All Cheerleaders Die, who was like the witchy girl. Remember her?
Oh, the one that started the whole mess?
The one who's a little witchy girl? That's their brother and sister. So this guy, I'm like, I'm like, I'm gay, so obviously I only know this guy from being related to this girl from this gay movie. I don't know who this man is.
Well,
there's some other people. Aggie, the witch.
The witch.
Yes, she, I guess, was in some horror films, like Silent Hill.
Wait, let me see her pic. Oh, she's the daughter in Silent Hill.
Okay, news to me. And then we have Tucker Albreze as Neil.
Young Breezy?
Yes. And maybe it's because we just watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but I was like, this sounds like Zooey Mama Bitch. This sounds like...
Is it Zooey Mama Bitch?
No, it's this kid who was on like every kid's show in the 2000s.
That's basically Zooey Mama.
Yeah, he was on Big Time Rush and Good Luck Charlie, among other movies and stuff.
How come they always have to cast these,
little redhead?
A little redhead, a little bullheaded fat bat. Oh.
We get it.
Some bullheaded ass fat kid who has no upper lip. Go back to that photo.
Oh.
Look at his upper lip. Where is it? He looks like a Chucky doll.
Anyways, Anna Kendrick plays Courtney, Norman's sister.
Gotta love.
Love her in here. Christopher Mintz-Plasse plays the school bully. Casey Affleck plays Mitch Down, the jock that Courtney thinks is hot. He's Neil's older brother.
He's Neil's gay older brother.
And we find out at the end that he is gay. He has a boyfriend, making him the first openly gay character in a children's animated film.
And when I tell you the women, the moms, they rioted. The 1 million moms, they marched.
I wonder if they did. Okay. I was hoping if I clicked on that, it would give me like, moms outraged over gay
reveal. I remember when that scene or like people were always like, why do they have to force it on? Like they have to ruin a good movie just by throwing that in. I'm like, how did that ruin the whole movie? How did anything? They
didn't even show the boyfriend. It's not like they kissed, as if that would even ruin it either. But like,
he literally just was like, yeah, my boyfriend is like chick flicks. Like it'll be fine.
Yeah. We have John Goodman as Mr. Prendergast.
Daddy Prendergast.
Elaine Stritch as Grandma Babcock. Jeff Garlin as Perry Babcock, the dad, Norman's dad. Sandra Babcock is played by Leslie Mann. Love her.
Leslie Mann is Evil Dies Tonight mom, right?
No, that's Judy Greer. Oh. Leslie Mann is the one from George of the Jungle.
Which one?
She
got recasted.
She's also in This Is 40 and like Knocked Up.
Oh!
Blockers.
I don't want to be that person, but she is one of those. Is this... Which one of them is Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
It's very...
No, I could see Judy Greer and Leslie Mann. Leslie Mann just has a really distinct voice that I immediately...
It has a very mom voice.
Knew it was her. Tempest Bledsoe plays Sheriff Hooper. So shout out to her. We love Vanessa from The Cosby Show. Alex Borstein, who is Mrs. Ungermeyer.
Oh, God.
Plays Norman's, the drama teacher.
Miss Ungermeyer is the drama teacher?
Yeah, news to me.
Oh, my God. I knew the energy came from somewhere I recognized.
Anyways, there's a bunch of other voices in here. Apparently, Jeremy Shada plays Pug. Who was that?
The Pug?
It was just the pug.
The dead dog.
Yeah. Well, that was played by Jeremy Shada, who is Finn from Adventure Time. He's also on Julie and the Phantoms.
Okay, work.
Had that little role there.
That show's still going?
No, I don't. Julie and the Phantoms? Oh no, it was canceled after one season. Which is
a
good show, which is sad. The idea of the film came from Chris Butler, who, realizing that zombie films often contained a degree of social commentary, thought making such a movie for kids could help express the challenges kids face growing up.
Let's be specific now. The challenges that queer kids face growing up. Because this is outlined in a very unique sort of way.
Okay.
At least in my eyes.
And we can talk about that. The soundtrack, there's like bits of the Halloween music playing on Norman's phone. Yeah. Season of the Witch, the kids sing.
And then at the end we get little ghost, gonna scare them the most.
Yes, by the White Stripes.
Gotta love, honestly. That's such a banger.
Mm-hmm. And I told you it got positive reviews from critics.
What did he say?
And I can't tell you what... Oh, good. It has a section about the gay character. It doesn't say anything about Roger Ebert.
Sad.
But, like, just overall positive reviews. But let's get to this. Gay character. The film has drawn attention for the revelation in its final scenes that supporting character Mitch is gay, making him the first openly gay character in a mainstream animated film. Nancy French of National Review Online suggested that the film could lead parents to answer unwanted questions about sex and homosexuality on the way home from the movie theater.
They literally...
Unwanted? If you don't want your kid to, like, communicate with you, that's your issue.
Like,
You're not a good parent.
It's funny, though, because then you'll have parents that are like, yeah, he's a ladies' man.
Yeah.
Go kiss her.
Conversely, Mike Ryan of the Huffington Post cited Mitch's inclusion as one of the reasons why Paranorman is remarkable. Co-director Chris Butler said that the character was explicitly connected with the film's message. If we're saying to anyone that watches this movie, don't judge other people, then we've got to have the strength of our convictions. In 2013, Paranorman was the first ever PG-rated movie nominated by GLAAD in its annual GLAAD Media Awards, but lost to Perks of Being a Wallflower.
I hate it here! I mean, I get it, but I hate it here.
Yes, for sure. I'll give you some IMDb trivia.
Perks of Being a Wallflower was barely gay.
Oh, it was more so than this.
It was trauma. Perks of Being a Wallflower, trauma.
A blog. Perks of Being a Dog with a blog.
I'm gonna pass it down.
Let's see. Animating the cheesy horror film that Norman is watching at the start of the movie was reportedly very difficult for the filmmakers, as they had to intentionally make a bad film, bad camera angles, poor focus, bad acting, while still working in the very technically demanding confines of stop-motion animation.
Imagine being so good at your job that it's hard to be bad.
Yeah.
They're like, it was so terrible.
Mm-hmm. Story is set in the town of Blythe Hollow, whose name is a mashup of two other ghost stories, Noel Coward's Blythe Spirit and Washington Irving's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Ooh.
This was the final film of Elaine Stritch before her death in July 2014. Rest in peace, Queen.
Who is she?
I just know her from being Alec Baldwin's mom on 30 Rock.
I was scared that it was Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Estelle Harris.
I thought it was her, and I was like,
Your angry eyes.
Yeah.
No, she died a couple years ago as well. Maybe last year, the year before.
I think it was last year.
All of those Estelles, Elaines, they're always dying. It was yesterday. She was the queen. I wish. No, good for her for not being a part of that monarchy.
There we go.
There's an after-credit scene showing in time-lapse the designing and construction on a workbench of the Norman character, which ends with Norman coming to life as if waking from sleep and leaving the scene.
That's real. That's happened. That was a documentary.
I didn't see that. I turned the movie off before I got there.
No.
If I'm in theaters, I'll watch the credits, but like sometimes if I'm at home, I gotta go.
I'm turning this off. I'm going to sleep. Yeah.
Get the F word off the TV. I'm not watching that. We already talked about Norman's ringtone, which is Halloween. Let's see. The actress in the scary movie that Norman's watching is at the beginning. The actress is modeled after Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween, while the plot is a spoof of The Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
I can't remember what she.
I mean,
like,
I can kind of see it.
I will have to believe it. This says, it is possible that Norman's mother is pregnant. This could be speculated because of the early scene in the movie where it focuses on Norman between his father and mother's stomach area.
She could also just be fat.
And hers seems to mimic the father's in that it's rounded, which is an odd choice for them to film unless they were making a statement about it. Reminder that anyone can contribute to IMDb trivia.
Like, you could...
I wonder if my Shark Boy and Lava Girl trivia went on.
Finally went on?
I'll have to that.
What was it?
That Michael Caine was considered
to be Shark
Boy.
She could just be fat. Women can be... No offense to anyone, women can be fat.
Yeah, for sure.
Women can have round bellies.
Lava Girl.
Women don't have to be pregnant.
Did you see that new animated movie, like, what's it called? Like Elementals or whatever? Where it's like...
Yeah.
That they announced at D23, and it's like basically the
plot of Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
That, but also that game on like Cool Math Games, or Friv, which I let the kids play at work, which is like Lava Boy and Water Girl, or like maybe the other way around. And Cool Math Games just retweeted like the announcement of the movie and said like hi or something.
Hi.
Because it's like, okay, this sounds just like this thing that we did, but okay.
Okay, work.
Let me check.
Is this Disney or Pixar doing this movie?
I don't recall.
I hope it's not Pixar.
I know Pixar said they were doing an Inside Out too.
They were.
But I don't know about the Elementals, if that's what it's called. I don't
Oh,
know.
it's a Pixar movie.
Elemental. Pixar, how do you guys have the time? Michael Caine auditioned for the role of Shark Boy!
You're famous.
It's added to the list of like all of these, like all these names of people that were considered for characters. They really do not vet these. They just say sure. Because I thought I was gonna get an email being like your
thing was declined. It was not right.
Your thing like has been approved or something.
Or like, hey, your thing was non-factual.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's good. That is rich. Ooh. Some things just bring you joy. You gotta enjoy these moments in this cruel, cruel world. Oh, that's good. Michael Caine. Anyways, what's your history with Paranorman?
You see, when I was a young child, I saw this film. I don't know when this movie came out.
2012.
Yeah, I was not a young child.
World was ending. Remember what we thought?
It's the end of the... Yeah.
I kind of hoped.
So many of those kids in high school were banking on it. You know how many times people fucked around just to like know that the world is ending?
People were flunking. They were fucking.
They were killing.
They were eating everything in sight. Just engorging themselves with cake and cookies.
Just hoping that they would get taken away.
And then what a rude awakening it was on January 1st, 2013.
It's very much like the sun is shining, the tank is clean.
Yeah. Anyways, so 2012, we were in high school.
So 2012, we were in high school. I don't think I never saw this in theaters. I think I rented this from Redbox, because this was the dawn of Redbox.
This was the Redbox era, yeah.
Like Netflix, I think started to show up a little bit. Well, like, I could be wrong.
Netflix was DVDs for a while.
Yeah, she was it was okay. So Blockbuster. Let's take a quick trip down movie rental lane. Blockbuster was king. Hollywood Videos tried it. Blockbuster was king, and then a little thing called Redbox showed up out of nowhere, and it said, "Hi, how you doing?" And then Blockbuster found dead, gutted.
This says Netflix started streaming content in 2007, but I think it really didn't take off till maybe like 2010, a little later. Because I didn't get it till like, I know college? It was popular by the like the end of high school, and I told my mom like I should probably get this because I'm going to film school, which was me really just saying I want to be able to watch movies. Buffy the Vampire Slayer digitally, so I don't have to bring all my DVDs.
That's how we watched it.
What?
That's how we watched it. That's how we watched Buffy.
Yeah.
In your dorm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I rented this off of Redbox.
Yeah.
Because I never used Netflix for DVD rentals. Who did?
You know who did? It was Michelle's family.
Psychopaths.
Yeah. Well, I used Redbox.
The Dome. But yeah, I think I rented it off of Redbox, and I saw it, and like I just remember the whole drama about it was because people were like, "He's gay! He's gay!"
So you rented it like in high school, or like because we were like starting senior year. So
yeah, I definitely didn't watch it in college.
Yeah, okay.
I like watched it in high school for sure. I think it was at my house on my TV in my bedroom.
That's how you watched it.
That's how you watched it, kind of. Yeah. But I watched it in my bedroom because I was like, I don't want gay in the family room. But yeah, no, I watched it.
It's a blink and you'll miss it moment.
You literally could be out of the room and not even...
You could ask your parent to go get you something. Go get you some food from the kitchen, and then they wouldn't hear that one part.
No, they wouldn't.
Like, it's
but
fine.
I watched it in high school. It was cute. I loved it. I loved Coraline growing up, so like I was like, Paranorman.
We know.
You do know.
Also, shout out to our friend Mara, who did the artwork for these Halloween episodes of us in that style of Paranorman. So give it up for Mara. We'll give her a full shout
thank
out
you so much,
end.
Mara. You were so great. I totally knew that this was happening.
And if she doesn't, we're going to edit that out. I saw this for the first time last year.
Oh, that's right.
For all the way through. Maybe like a year before that, I saw it, or no. At some point.
Yeah, you're psychotic. You just like never saw this movie.
Even though I love spooky things and Halloween, at some point when I was at work.
You hate animation.
So it would have been maybe 2019?
Okay.
Or maybe it was literally last year, because we had the DVD and like I put it on at work, and I saw like half of it, and I was like, "Ooh, it's a good movie," and I was like, "I need to finish it."
You didn't have to scream when there were curse words, quote unquote.
No, I said, you know what?
They can hear it all.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, we have it here on DVD. Like,
they can't. The parents can't get mad.
Like, you guys provided it for us, so like, what am I gonna do about it? And then it was on Netflix last year, so I watched it and I said, "Oh, what a lovely film!
What a lovely family heirloom!"
And I didn't know that it was had the queer character in it, but then I was like, "Well, that's really cool." Hated that it was Casey Affleck, who I hate, but
guys, that was pretty cool.
What are you quoting?
I don't know. I just feel like someone once said, "Guys, that's pretty cool."
Probably.
Guys, she's really good.
She's really good.
Same energy.
This
thing?
I just love when Demi Lovato was rewatching Camp Rock like on Insta stories and was just laughing.
Just the whole time?
Yeah. And whoever Demi was with was like, "You're lying." When Mitchie says, "Wow, she's really good."
You're lying.
I'm like, "You're lying." Anyways, okay, so Paranorman Activity.
3.
Never saw that. Should I even watch that? It seems kind of shitty, like the first one.
Okay.
I know it started a whole franchise, but
Paranormal Activity 1, hot, sexy, fun.
It just seems like it'd be like, ugh.
It is. It's in the same vein as Blair Witch.
I like Blair Witch because it's like we're in the woods, it's spooky, and like that was such a like historical film.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah. Paranormal Activity, it's like, okay, you just did the same thing.
Not the first found footage film. Let's say that very clearly.
The first found footage film was whoever found a camera
and found
the footage.
Yeah, found the footage.
No, it was just like that. It was like the highest.
The marketing was. People thought it was real.
Yeah, people thought it was real. People died. It had like one of the first like online marketing campaigns. No one died of Blair Witch. And also, it was like the most successful indie movie, at least at the time. It might still be, I don't know, but so it just has like a lot of historical significance in that way. So whereas Paranormal Activity, it's like, okay, you know what the significance is of this to me? Is that everyone was annoying me about it in high school.
I would watch it. You have to buy into it like you did for the Blair Witch. I mean, the Blair Witch was fucking scary because, yeah, it's the woods. Like, who the fuck isn't scared in the woods at night? Like, that's some scary shit. But Paranormal Activity, I would watch it. I like the first one. The second one, I like the marked ones because the Hispanics. Because the Mexican, the Puerto Ricans.
Because Hispanics are marked.
And their name
Happy
Juan.
Hispanic Heritage Month!
Feliz cumpleaños! Feliz cumpleaños!
Paranorman starts out with, like we said, little fake, Norman's watching this movie with his grandma, with this zombie that apparently the woman in it looks like Jamie Lee Curtis. Who knew?
Yeah, no, I love this little retro opening. The title cards for like the studio and everything.
For Leica and everything.
So good.
I thought my screen was messed up because I forgot it starts out with just a 4x3 screen. Like
an old TV
I was like,
screen.
why isn't it on widescreen? I kept hitting my iPad doing the.
You were doing.
But then I realized that it was.
Then the movie started and you're like in Norman's eye.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh,
Norman?
Gotcha.
That is his name.
So yes, the whole thing is Norman is this boy who can speak to the dead people. Love that for him. He's with his grandma watching this scary little movie. And his family, his mom, dad, and sister, Courtney. She's Courtney. Brought to you by Ultra Clutch Hairspray. They're like, what are you talking about?
Photoshop a Ultra Clutch Hairspray can in here.
Grandma's dead. Like, why are you saying this? The dad just yells, your grandmother is dead. And it's like... calm down.
Like, literally, okay, yeah, so Paranorman is talking to his grandma, and dad is fucking it's his mom.
I know.
Like, he is so pressed. I mean, maybe he's like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, he just doesn't want to talk about it.
I do love that, like, the mom, never in the wrong. She's a good mom. It's the dad who has issues.
Well, I mean, it's the dad from Daddy Daycare. It's
Jeff Garland, who just got, fired from the Goldbergs for being mean on set.
Well.
But you know what? I said it. I was like, they could honestly write him out. Like, they could be like, oh, he's still here, but, like, never show him, and the show would still work. And you know what? They brought it back for another season without him. And I said...
He could be one of those characters that's like, oh, dad's just,
that's
like, in the den.
That's literally what they've been doing. No, they've been, like... always out of town for this work conference or stuff, and I'm like, we don't need him. We can make the show without him. We don't need him.
It's a Raven's mom.
Yeah, it's just like
it's a Raven's mom.
They're over in Europe or wherever she was. Anyways,
she's running for president.
So, yes, they don't understand him. We see Norman walking to school, and at first you just see him talking to like nothing, saying hi to nobody, and then that flip. It's a great move.
It's a
where
good.
They flip the camera, and then you see all the ghosts that he's talking to. It's
very sweet. Like, this whole opening segment is really cool. Is really good. Because we also get Norman as like this like very innocent-minded person. Like, he's not simple-minded. Like, he's not stupid, but like he's very like. I think he's okay with who he is, and like like it's whatever. This is my life. Because he like. The mom asks at the beginning, she's like, what are you watching? He's like, sex and violence. Like, he's just, like, so neutral to everything. And then, like, I love, that sequence of him talking to all the ghosts. Because it's just, he's so kind and, like, courteous to everyone. Like, he's saying hello to, like, everybody. He knows everybody. And I also
took that as, like, the sex and violence thing is, like, it's a little, like, witty back and forth between the family and him. Like,
well, because everyone was like, horror movies are just sex and violence.
Yeah.
Like, in the whole, like, what is it called? The England, when they did the whole thing?
Sure, the Puritans. Okay.
No. The thing with the actual horror movies, like where they were like getting rid of them.
I'm not British.
What was it called?
I don't know.
Video Nasty.
I don't know.
It's a whole horror movie thing.
Oh, okay.
But it's very much in that same vein of like, he's just like, yeah, I'm watching.
I'm just saying I love the mom, and that even when he says that, she's just like... Oh.
Even when the dad goes, that limp-wristed hippie shit.
Sure.
Because she goes, we need to talk to Norman. We need to be gentle.
We have the Blythe Hollow play, who...
Could be the season of...
Yeah, it's giving Addams Family, like, we have to put on this little play about the Mayflower and the witches and blah, blah, blah.
I love when we enter the school, though, there's just a girl that on her, like, what was the phone that flipped?
The sidekick?
On her sidekick, and it just reads, we need to break up after homeroom. Did you catch that?
No, I missed that.
She's just on her phone, and she's typing, like, we need to break up after homeroom.
Oh, I love that for her. So, yeah, they're putting on this play. That's what the kids are doing. After school. So, Neil...
We get introduced to, like, pretty much the whole cast of characters here. We get Norman's kids walking to school. We get Neil, who is, like, the pudgy fat friend.
He's like, I have IBS. Ha, ha, ha.
I love him.
That was representation for everyone with IBS.
I mean, that's your representation, everybody. Deal with it. We get, what's the bully's name? Alvin. Arlen. We get Alvin, the chipmunk.
Yeah.
We have Courtney, and like pretty soon we're gonna introduce to Mitch.
Yeah.
So that's like our whole cast of characters. Oh, and the friend, Unibrow Queen. What's her name?
Salma.
The
one they have to call her.
Yeah, Selma, who's friends with Neil.
So Neil and Norman meet this guy who can see ghosts, and like He's like this person who they're like not supposed to. First of all, stranger danger.
She's like, "Do you know who I am?" And then Neil goes, "You're the what does he say? Oh God, you're the stinky old bum from down the road or something."
So people like know who he is.
Yeah.
And Neil's
this
guy says, "Watch for the sign."
He's Norman's uncle.
Yes, we find out because Neil's talking shit, and he goes, "That's my uncle. It's his great uncle
because
his gunkle
back at home. I mean,
his gay great uncle,
possibly." Back at the house, Norman's dad is like, "Do you want him to end up like your brother?
A gay uncle?
A gunkle Stan?"
Yeah.
But yeah, they go back to Mitch's. They go back to Mitch's house. Mitch's house? They go back to Neil's house because Neil's like, "Do you want to? Yeah. Can you talk to my dog?"
We meet Neil's brother Mitch very briefly, and then
himbo.
We have the
full-hearted himbo.
Norman seeing Neil's dead dog. That's a whole little bit. Go ahead.
There's the scene right before those two though. Sorry, where Neil's like, because Gunkle Stan, that's his name now. He just is not like. He won't leave, and so he's like, "I have this hummus. It's spicy," and like I just love the bit that he's just like scared of this hummus.
And this is John Goodman.
This is John Incredible Man Goodman.
Sully
Sullenberger.
P. Sullivan. What's his name? James P. Sullivan.
James P. Sullivan. Mm-hmm. Why is it James P. Oh, Sully is his last name. They nicknamed him. Okay,
yeah. Just like the guy who hit the birds. The guy who landed the plane, but he hit the birds. Remember?
Rest in peace, those birds.
Yeah, those birds did nothing wrong. They were just flying.
Did you hear the thing where it's like he could have easily made it back to the airport?
Well, there's a bit on 30 Rock where Matt Damon's character, because he's a pilot.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he's better than him. He's like, you know what I would have done? Not hit the birds. So, anyways, then we have the play performance where, this is very
everyone with their camcorders.
They're filming it. Amy Poehler in the audience. And then there's the dead are coming where Norman's on shrooms or something. He's getting talked to. He's in the woods all of a sudden.
I love the effect though of like it's very. I don't know if anyone's seen Silent Hill. Mm-hmm. Like okay,
you know who has the girl who was in it in this movie?
Selma.
Yeah.
Why?
Or no, the girl who plays
the witch.
The witch, because she was literally in the movie.
So in Silent Hill, the game, and it might be, or in the movie, and it might be also in the game. I haven't seen the games. I haven't played the games. There's this effect where it like burns and like everything changes. Mm-hmm. Like it's almost like a burn effect. I like this effect too because it's very 2-dimensional against this 3-dimensional. It's very artistic.
And then Norman's like, the dead are coming, the tree told me. And Neil's plays like, the tree, so he's like, what?
I love Neil just slowly turning around like,
then we have the scene where he's in the bathroom and his gunkle is now a ghost. He's like, you died? And he's like, yeah.
I love when he's like, you didn't get me. And then he dies.
So he's like, you have to go stop the witch's curse. Go get the book that's in my hands next to my dead corpse.
He's like, you have to swear to me that you did it. And then Norman goes, like the F slur? Like the F word? He doesn't
say F slur.
He says F word.
Yeah, like you have to swear. He's like
the F word?
That's a fun joke.
This movie's really good. Mm-hmm. Guys, it's really good.
She's amazing. She's really good.
Also, I love the effects here. They're very like Freddy Krueger-esque. Like everything's like faces coming out of the stalls, like things moving. Very nice.
But Norman telling Neil to go home. He's like, I'm better on my own. He doesn't want to get Neil involved. Mm-mm. He's not trying to do that.
Oh, is this when Neil's outside of his house?
Yeah.
And this is where the Halloween thing. Yeah, he's wearing Jason's hockey mask, but he's recreating that scene in Halloween where I don't know if it's the first one or the second one.
Where she's up there and he's
and it's like you can see not the second one, the first one or the fourth one with the little girl who's supposed to be like her daughter or whatever.
Oh no, I didn't see those.
I don't know. It's that scene where Michael's behind the clothing line and then he's not behind the clothing line. Oh, okay. He's recreating that scene.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Anyways, so he gets the book and he goes to the witch's grave, or so he thinks.
Because Grandma's like, you better go do this.
And Alvin, the bully, shows up and like fucks everything up.
He's having some sort of dance battle to impress these girls. I love the song that's playing. That's like, I don't know if they're real words. It's gibberish, and I'm living.
And so Courtney, who's supposed to be like watching her brother,
irresponsible,
is like, what the hell? So she goes to Neil's house to say like, hey, do you know where Norman is? And she meets Mitch, who she's immediately crushing on. He's buff. He's in a towel.
I don't know if Mitch is the person she's talking about, because she's on the phone at the beginning. She's like, yeah, he's RIPPED.
Oh, he's ripped?
He's double penetrated. Is that where you thought it was going?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No one thought that.
Oops, just me. Yeah, because she's like, oh, he's ripped because he's like, he might have like a 7-pack. So I don't know if she was talking about Mitch.
She could have been talking about anyone.
In this town?
But immediately she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, or Neil says he went to the witch's grave, and she's like, of course he did that. And then, so they're all gonna go, because Mitch is like, yeah, I should go with you guys. Neil and her.
Yeah. Because Neil wants to go, and so Mitch has to take care of his brother.
Mitch doesn't care. Mitch had a phone date with his boyfriend, probably.
He was probably
like, I have better.
Mitch is the bottom. He just finished douching. He was ready for a night.
Anyways, let's see.
Anyways, what's happening?
Ghosts, yes, coming after them.
I'm coming. Not the ghosts, the zombies.
Yeah.
Because the ghost, the little she witch, has awoken. She is awake.
And Norman realizes he read the book in the wrong place.
Yes, because what happened is
he went to the cemetery, but she's not buried there.
Why would she be buried?
A witch buried with dignity? No.
Girl, they were barely buried. Mm-hmm. They were lucky if they got pulled out of the lake they drowned in. Mm-hmm. If you're a witch, you'll float up before you die. But if you're a human, well.
So then we have Mitch, Neil, and Courtney in the car driving, and then
they run into Norman and Alvin.
Well, they hit a zombie
because they run into him.
Yeah, and then Norman and Alvin run and get in the car with them. And then we have the cop that is after them.
Not the pig.
And then Norman calls Salma because he says she would know where the witch is actually buried.
The cop who's fully bodying the van. Like, the cop is on a motorcycle and they're bodying the whole van.
So Salma says that the witch was buried in an unmarked grave.
In unmarked grave?
In an unmarked grave. Is that not what I said?
No, you said in unmarked grave.
So then we have them at town hall because they're gonna like try to find out where exactly like she.
Where is she? Where could she be?
Where in the world?
They have to go to the records.
Agatha Pendergast or whatever her name is.
Pentecostal, yeah.
And then the cop is dealing with the citizens that are fighting the zombies.
Because they are going full evil dice tonight.
Yes.
They have evil dice tonight.
I love when she says, like, stop shooting at citizens. That's my job. And I said...
The meta commentary in this movie...
commentary here.
It's so good. It's so good.
Love that.
Alvin picking the... Because they're like, we need someone to pick the lock. Because they finally get to the records, the city hall. Mm-hmm. And Alvin's like, yeah, I can do it. Just fucking breaks the window. Mm-hmm. What a legend.
We have those townspeople and the cops showing up at the town hall. They're outside yelling.
Can we talk about the theater teacher for 1 second? Because she is out here...
Is she the one in the face mask?
Yeah, she's the one that's like, necromancer!
Yeah, and I was like... At the end, she's like, I was just acting a role. Like, you know how it gets.
Why is I might be normal. I might be generalizing. You took theater. You probably loved your theater teacher. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't come at me. Why are theater teachers bitches? Why are they literally insane all the time?
I don't think they're bitches. I think they are weird a lot of the time. They're never...
Maybe because I worked in another department in the performing arts. So it's
stage managers, the people that are like in charge of booking the auditorium, they're bitches.
They're bitches?
They're bitches. Like, they will be like assholes to you. And I'm sure they have like a hard job of trying to fit everything. You can't have the decathlon at the school play at the same time.
But sometimes the wild thing is that like sometimes the theater teacher is the stage manager. Mm. So then it's like, girl, I've had so many bad interactions with theater teachers where they're just fucking mean. And it's always that theater teacher who has some sort of the wrist brace. Mama, if you had a teacher with a wrist brace, they were either a bitch or they were sad.
Okay.
Or they were both.
Anyways, we have Norman yelling
Looking at our coworker who always wears a wrist brace.
Norman yelling at the witch, and he's like seeing the flashbacks of her getting sentenced.
Yeah.
Scary. And then the ghosts, we find out. Oh my god, we're already like almost at the end. Because a lot of this is just...
this movie goes by fairly quickly. There's no there is a third act crescendo where
this is the third act right here.
Yeah,
where the ghosts want to be sent back to the grave.
I'm talking
zombies,
about
whatever the hell they are.
Yeah, there's not a big dramatic moment where it's you know how in movies there's always that moment where it's I don't need you, I don't need any of you, I never asked you guys to help me. Mm-hmm. I mean that happens literally in this movie. And then all the friends kind of go away. Mm-hmm. You know that very typical everything's been going great. You cheated on me. You know.
What are you talking about?
I'm not projecting. This is just literally romantic comedies.
That. Sure.
You lied. There's that moment, but it doesn't take 20 minutes for it to resolve. Literally, Norman has that flashback, comes back down, and everyone's like, "Listen to him."
Yeah, Courtney is telling the adults they need to listen to him because he has realized he has to read the bedtime story to the witch. That was the book he had, was a fairy tale story.
Yeah, but then he's realizing now that she doesn't need to be put to sleep. She needs someone to talk to because she's just pissed. She's mad. She got killed for nothing.
And the town, the zombies, they're we were scared. We thought we were doing the right thing. We realize now we didn't.
White. You know what that sounds like? White tears. White tears.
And Norman says that the curse never stops because he's okay, but my great uncle had this and I have it. So
well, it's a cyclical thing. It's what the town is doing right now to them. It's they're scared of them, so they're gonna kill them. That's the witch's curse. She wanted to curse the zombies, not the people in the town. Evil dies tonight.
So, like I said, Courtney tells the adults that they need to listen to her little brother, which is cool of her.
I love when Mitch goes, all you guys do is burn and murder. Burning and murdering.
So the family, Norman's parents, drive Norman and the group to the ghosts in the woods. Oh, and the ghosts drive with them to the woods.
You keep calling them ghosts.
The ghost zombies.
They're zombies.
Whatever.
They're zombies.
Whatever.
They're zombies 3. Courtney has a moment where she's did we give up? Because Norman's well, we can't fucking do anything now. But Courtney's did we give up?
The volleyball.
Did we give up when we were losing to blah, 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 blah? And then Norman goes, yeah, I thought we did. And she goes, no, we didn't. It gives me very, don't we just wish they would die?
Christine Baranski.
Yeah.
I loved it in the car when the zombies are in the car with him and the mom just spraying some perfume.
And then the long one at the end.
Yeah. Because in the nicest way, she's being damn, it smells like death in here.
Damn you nasty.
And then we have Norman talking to Agatha.
Kick him in the knothole!
And I don't remember, what was said.
So, word. So Norman, Aggie, Grandma Aggie.
Yeah.
Origin story.
All witches are named Aggie.
All of them. So what happens is Norman's trying to talk to her, but she's not listening. And first he tries to put her to sleep, but then he's I don't need to do this. Basically Norman's being it was bad of them to do that, but you don't have to be the bully anymore. Just because someone hurt you doesn't mean you need to hurt them. And she's just getting mad because obviously when you're in a rage, you don't want to hear it, you know what I mean? So it's someone being can you calm down? And then I'll talk to you. It's you know? Mm-hmm. So he's basically trying to calm her down to a point where he can be let's talk about what happened. Let's talk about you. And so I don't know how, but eventually he gets through to her. Because she's realizing, she's been hurting him for no good reason. He's just trying to help. By the way, the effects in this action set piece are amazing. We have all those weird thorn spikes that are attacking Norman. She's magical. She's a witch. I guess she was always a witch. She can throw electricity. She's like manipulating like the whole fucking area. She's crazy. But eventually she gets through to her. He gets through to her, and she's like, "This is where my mom used to take me. Like that's why like this place is so special." She's like, "I just don't understand why people would do that." And then that's when Norman's like, "People are just scared. People are stupid. Like they're like, it's not their fault, but it's your fault if you choose to continue this going forward. Like if you choose to continue this cycle."
Wow,
of violence.
putting this all on the woman. I'm just kidding. I thought this movie was feminist, like Ingrid Michaelson.
No, it's all women's fault.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so eventually he gets through to her,
and she basically at that point accepts that like she's dead now. She just wants to be with her mom. Let's chill. Let's actually go to sleep and then.
Oh my god! Fucking Hanna-Barbera laugh out there. Is he fully doing?
I think he's listening.
Voiceover for like a cartoon. No, he's watching something.
He is.
But yeah, and then it's nice we get that little moment of like Norman and his family, like talking to mom and everything, talking to dad. And then we kind of wrap everything up with like Alvin saying that he's best friends with Norman all of a sudden.
Very Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Courtney
asking Mitch out.
Mitch going, "My boyfriend loves rom-coms. My boyfriend and I are going to star in Bros."
Yeah, because she's like, "Do you want to go to the movies?" And he's like, "Yeah, my boyfriend loves those like chick flicks." So
and then we get...
That'd be great.
The theater teacher going, "Yeah, I was in the role."
Yeah. And we
Fuck
have...
you, bitch. I'm just thinking of every B character in that movie. The lady with the shotgun.
Yeah.
The little girl. The insane little girl.
We have, once they're back at the house, we have the dad who's like, "Is grandma next to me right now?" And Norman's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Hi, mom." So he's like accepting.
Yeah, that his mom is still there.
She's there, and like Norman wasn't fucking losing his mind and everything like that.
And then I love how it ends when they're both going, "So what's happening now?"
Yeah, like mother like son.
Yeah, it's very cute.
And then we get little ghost
gonna scare the most. Iconic.
Yeah, Jack White's voice is.
That's Jack White?
What I love, it's the White Stripes.
I thought it was the girl.
No, that's Jack White.
It's not Caddy?
Her name was Meg.
Who am I thinking
Meg
about?
White. And the White Stripes?
Who am I thinking about?
I don't know.
Okay.
But that's something I like about White Stripe songs, or just like any Jack White stuff, is that like his voice is very like nasally, so it's like you can sing it even if you're not a good singer. That's why like I sang when I was sick. Remember, I was like sick and nasally. I sang a White Stripes song. Because I was like, "If you think that a kiss is all in the lips."
Everyone was like, "Oh my god, you're amazing. How are you doing that?"
I was like, "Oh my god, Jack White is here."
Oh my god. I love... Yeah. So that's the movie. That's what happens. I do love at the end. Neil's theme, it's called Enter Neil, is the... that like little rinky-dink song that plays when Neil's around.
Okay.
I think it's just like, I don't know. I cried. I was sobbing by the end of this movie. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's just very
I cried. What did I cry at recently? Oh, I was watching the
dogs.
No. Was it the finale of Superstore? It was something where I was like, "Oh, and then this, and then, yeah, it got me."
I got you, girl.
Anyways, here are some IMDb reviews.
IMDb.
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 IMDb. This is 4 out of 10 stars by Nyartejas, December 2012. Did not enjoy this one. Another 2012 animation blunder.
Okay, that's a lot of words.
I had heard a lot about Paranorman. For some time, I even thought it was something related to the Great Paranormal Activity. Well, neither was this a horror flick nor a comedic one. I was flabbergasted with the plot. Cliched plot. Of which, what 100 movies, millions of movies are made. I might be exaggerating. But this one is not for people who enjoy animation with a touch of story.
What?
What I loved about this movie and for what I gave 4 stars is its music, the animation, and the creativity with dialogues. The greatest dialogue was that of his mom at the end, something related to embarrassment.
What?
Greatest dialogue, but you can't remember the actual fucking line.
It's the line is you're embarrassing me when she's kissing him, and she goes, "That's my job to embarrass you." I don't even remember that line, and I can recall it.
Not a must-watch. No wonder Golden Globes missed it. This is what was weird. Can be watched with a typical Indian family? 60% yes. Language? Yes. Sex? No. Nudity? No. Violence? Yes. Grotesque? Yes. I guess.
What?
I guess this person is Indian and said, "Not on my watch. This film.
Don't put this shit
Not
on my
showing
TV."
this to my family. Get the F word off the TV. I'm not watching that."
I thought this movie was a little scary.
Okay, this review is 10 out of 10. Written in August 2012 by Ultramat 2000-1, a robot. It's called "Wow, that was good." I love it. It answers the question, what happens when you put The Breakfast Club, Night of the Living Dead, and Evil Dead in a blender? You get this awesome movie from the makers of Coraline. In a world dominated by CGI movies, this one is a breath of fresh air. The same applies to the upcoming film Frankenweenie by Tim Burton. We have people with different personalities. The weirdo, the show-off bully, the cheerleader, and the not-so-bright jock, and the silly geek. Just like the Breakfast Club. Just like the Breakfast Club. But they have to get along in order to survive, just like Night of the Living Dead.
Wow.
Also, a book is involved in it. A book just like in The Evil Dead.
This person, and they had a car, just like in Night Rider.
Their arms must hurt because they are reaching. They are reaching.
Mama, they are Elastigirl.
There's a lot of thrills, chills, lots of them, and laughs splattered, excuse the pun, here and there.
Oh, what?
Family appropriate? Of course! What do you think? A kid would be caught dead with an R-rated zombie film with over-the-top gore. It does a great job spoofing the genre. Give it a watch. I recommend it. Might prepare your kids into watching classic horror films. Of course you never know. Of course you know. Viewer discretion is advised. Bottom line, it's good. Give it a watch. Rated PG for scary images and some adult references. They might go over the heads of children under 13.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, like, okay.
On Adult Swim.
They like that one.
And it had a book. And a van.
Because that was not the only review I saw
that mentioned
John Hughes, and I'm like, I guess a little these like archetypes of high school kids, but like
I love anything that's like, you've said it before, where it's like, oh, it's based in high school. It's like a John Hughes
because remember when I got really pissed off about that Spider-Man movie? Yeah, it's like, shut the fuck up.
It's like a John Hughes superhero movie because it has normal teenagers in it. Like, what's the point?
Because it has teens and they're not like
sexual or crazy,
over the top, like 90s teens
doing drugs. Like what?
It's not Euphoria. It must be John Hughes.
Oh no, children being actual children. Were
you gonna say something else?
No.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Can the movie just have different people with different backgrounds working on stuff?
No.
It's all John Hughes, you're right.
No, everything that's ever had a high school character in it is John Hughes-esque.
You're right.
We got a couple tweets from y'all. Emily said, I am obsessed with this movie, and the queer brother was such a wonderful surprise in the end. And Kaylin said, I love this movie. It's cute. It's funny. I love the art direction, and I love the story. It breaks my heart every time.
It breaks my heart.
What are our final thoughts?
I I love this movie. Like, this movie is so good. On this rewatch, because I do this thing where it's like, I love this movie, but I don't actually, like, sit down and pay attention to it. I kind of just, like, let it play and, like, interact with it from time to time. I don't, like, sit down and watch movies. It's bad. But for this one, I did. I, like, literally just... I mean, I was also, from time to, like, periodically throughout the day. So by the time I got to this movie, I was living. I was in a state. I was in a state of mind. It was so good. I don't know. There were a lot of, like, we glossed over it really fast. There are a lot of great lines in this movie. Like, there's one where the grandma is basically like, if I were a poltergeist, I would, like, smack the shit out of my son, is basically what she says, because she's like, your dad's stupid. The mom has a lot of, like, quippy lines. The cop has a lot of good lines of basically being like, there's one where she's like, it's all these damn kids and their phones ruining the ozone, and then she throws, like, a piece of, like, styrofoam
she throws
cup.
trash.
Yeah. Like, there's just a lot of, like, blink and you'll miss it moments that are really funny. There's that scene where the zombies are, quote unquote, invading the town, and, like, the guy's, like, trying to get his, like, snack, and it's like going, and then he runs away, comes back and gets it.
Yeah,
like, that's funny.
vending machine.
There's just a lot of good bits. Like, Laika is really good when it comes to keeping the tone of the movie correct. And the only reason I bring that up is because recently I also watched Thor: Love and Thunder. And when I tell you that movie is bad, it is bad. Like,
Really? But I got you the poster from Harkin.
it's so bad. It's so bad. The poster is great. It's very dissonant. And this movie doesn't feel dissonant. Like, it has its movies where I'm going to say it's a little scary. Like, being not in a stable state of mind while watching this, I'm going to say that's what I'm going to call
That
it.
Paranorman is scary?
Yeah, Paranorman's a little, like...
Yeah.
Like, if you're not paying attention, it's like,
Okay.
it got me.
Just say you peed your pants.
I peed a little. That seat.
Yeah.
I had to change the chairs. But no, it's really good. It knows its tone. It has great lines. The animation. I have a whole thing with, like, stop motion. A lot of people do because it's like, oh, it's so, like, quirky and cute, right? But there has to be something said about... I thought about this recently where it's like, the actors get a lot of the credit, obviously, like, you voiced the role of this actor. But there are literally artists.
I think the artists, I feel like they can never get enough praise.
No.
But, like, I feel like they get more praise than the actors usually.
Especially for stuff like this.
At least for, like, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, like, you dedicated so much of your time to make this. Like, you have to be so passionate about what you do to make a movie like this happen. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, I don't know. It's always so good to watch these movies because it's, like, yeah, you could shell out a movie in, like, half a year or whatever, like, in a year. But, like, these movies take maybe a little bit over a year to make just because of the amount of time it takes. I don't know.
Probably
it's
longer
great.
than that.
It's great. I love it. This movie is a lot. We glossed over it really heavily.
How many stars?
5.
Okay.
This, Coraline, Kubo and the Two Strings, Abominable,
Box Trolls.
Box Trolls. I haven't seen Box Trolls, actually.
From Laika, I've only seen Paranorman and Coraline.
I've seen Paranorman, Coraline, Missing Link. What's the other one? Kubo and the Two Strings. I literally just haven't, and I haven't seen Box Trolls. That's literally the only one that I haven't seen is Box Trolls. Okay. But they make good shit. Yes,
I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I think it's fun.
You're so hateful.
It's fun.
You have hate in your heart.
I don't know.
Hey.
Okay, 4.5.
Thank you.
4.5 stars.
For the passion of the artist.
It's spooky and fun and, like, gets a little deep at some parts. I think Anna Kendrick is a really fun, like, comedic relief in this movie, and I love the way that she voiced Courtney. Obviously doesn't deserve as much praise as the artists. But I think she...
They made her hair look wet.
Yeah, she's great. And yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a fun, spooky one that, like, since last year, I think will be a staple for me to watch, like, every year. I think it's really good. And,
I just smile.
That's the buzz on Maggie. So let's give a shout out to Mara.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Mara's a good friend of ours. a good friend of ours. Mara's our best friend.
She's a pal of mine. She's as cute as a button in the eyes of anyone who's ever laid their eyes on Coraline.
Mara Dixon. It's like that thing where it's like, lays her eyes on everyone. Mara Dixon. She's our podcast artist for this month. She did our spooky artwork. Go support her. She's a diva. Diva work diva, mama hunty slay. It's Halloween time. She's a little animator freak.
Boots slay the house down, mama.
Boots slay the house down, mama. Work fierce wig. But you can follow her on Instagram at mad_slug with 2 G's. Go check out her work. It's very good. I believe she usually does commissions fairly regularly.
Yeah, and usually, she's a part of Mad. How do you pronounce this? Mad X Zide.
Mad
X Zide. But
she's an art collector.
They usually do. I know, for Halloween last year and for December, they were doing even Valentine's Day, a bunch of spooky paintings up on their Etsy, or a bunch of spooky Santas or snowmen or something, really cool stuff. I got. I'm excited to put it up this year. I got this. I wonder if it's on here somewhere. It's a wooden little thing that goes on the wall, or you can lean it up, and it has a pumpkin scarecrow that they did, and it's really cool. So,
picture will be put here.
Yes, it's one of these. It's
they're little wooden coaster things.
Yeah. Of their Halloween collection.
Yeah, but they follow Mara. We'll
this
put
one. I have this one.
Oh, love! It's like a little coaster.
No, it's it goes on the wall.
Oh, it's like a little decorative plate. We'll put the links in the descriptions. But yeah, go follow Mara. Go give her a check out. Go follow Mad X Xander. I don't know how to say
Mad
it.
X
Xander.
Mad X ZYDE on Instagram as well.
Mad Zaddy.
If you go to Mara's Instagram, it's in the bio as well.
Yeah.
But super cool stuff.
Yeah, Mara actually went and did I think a Disney program with illustration. So she knows some shit. Go check out her work. It's really great. Really, really amazing artwork, honestly, Mara. Always.
All right, that's enough. That's enough praise.
Okay, anyways, go follow them on Instagram.
Yes.
And then you can also always follow Iris on Instagram and Twitter at creamsiclepanda or patreon.com/creamsiclepanda.
Yeah, she did our regular logo and a bunch of other stuff you see.
Yeah,
so
but Mara,
support those people.
Mara does some hot shit, honestly.
You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at PlanetWeirdPod, and thank you for doing so. If you want to join our Patreon, link in the description. For $5 or up a month, you can get full video versions of the podcast. $10 and $10 you get the video version plus one bonus episode a month, where this month, every month, we're talking about a Disney Channel show, and so we're doing Bug Juice this month. So if you pay $10, you'll get to hear us talking about the pilot of Bug Juice, and if you pay $15 or more a month, you'll get us talking about not just the pilot, not just the video version of this episode and our other monthly ones, but another episode of Bug Juice, whether that's the second episode or some other one. Or
the premiere of episode of season 3. There are 3 seasons.
Yeah, there are.
Wow,
a lot of bugs, a lot of juice. Anyways, thank you to the people that already support us on Patreon and get our shout out, which starts at $5 a month. Woo! Shout out to Grace Worspan, Alexa Pratt, Emily Palmer, Whitney Harris, Jared Van Leeuwen, Jose Contreras Jr., Enrique Buenrostro, Natalie Hernandez, Lindsay Britt, and Ivy.
Little ghost, gonna scare the most.
Ghost, comma, little.
Ghost parentheses, little.
Little, yes. Merch, links in the description. If our spooky merch isn't already here, it will be soon, so just be following on Twitter and Instagram for updates on that.
This year, it's all you.
Yeah, we got some spooky stuff coming, and I got some spooky little treats, stickers to throw in there with the merch.
Also, if y'all haven't ordered those little shrimpy pins, go get one. That motherfucker literally said, "This is the best shit ever." I woke up one day and saw a notification on Instagram that said, so-and-so tagged you in a post, and I said, who the fuck is talking about me?
And it was Tyler who played
And it was Shrimpy.
Yes.
It was fucking Shrimpy, homies. Go support. Go endorse.
Next episode we will be doing in a couple weeks is on Under Wraps 2, which premieres on Disney Channel on the 25th. So by the time this airs, it's already up.
Yeah.
And comes out on Disney Channel on September 30th. So I believe the day this episode goes up. So if you watch that, send us your thoughts, Twitter, Instagram, what have you.
It'll definitely be interesting because I've already forgot what the first one was about.
Yes, I mean we know the
We know the
it was
story.
the same thing. But we also still have voice messages, so there's a link in the description if you want to leave a voice message on Anchor.
Oh god, I'm scared.
Let us hear your voice talking about Under Wraps 2. And then end of the month will be Hocus Pocus 2. So if you watch that as well, send us your thoughts on that.
Y'all better shut up. If anyone says this is bad, the same way I just said Thor Love and Thunder is bad.
It might be bad.
It might be bad.
It probably will be bad.
But
if we're being realistic,
let's
keep those expectations low. Let's right now say that it's garbage, that it was filmed.
It was disgusting.
It was filmed on a Samsung flip phone. And it's garbage.
The people from Leica were like, it was so hard. It was so hard to film this movie. Film?
From what? Paranorman?
Because at the beginning they were like, it was so hard to make such a shit movie.
Bad.
That's what they said about Hocus Pocus 2. They said it was so bad.
Anyways, thank you for watching and listening to the episode.
Thank you.
Hope everyone has a spooky start to their Halloween season.
Could be the season of the witch.
Exactly. Goodbye.
Goodbye and have a ghoulish tomorrow.